On everybody, I survived Baltimore Comic Con. I survived it. And that's the only way to put that information out there. It was absolutely just ridiculous. We've met other YouTubers out there. Some of these ones you may want to check out is Real Talk Comics. We met them up there. They're relatively new, much like myself, and got to hang out with a bunch of other people. Also, Comic Fiend, which is a themed motorcycle club where you can wear a vest and it's like a membership. And they were really cool. A lot of those were from Canada, but they're all over the United States as well. Definitely check those cats out. Without further ado, thank you, Blast It and Stash It, with Spectacular Spider Grandpa and Drew Manchu there hanging out with me. And also, last but not least, by no means whatsoever, Comic Corp and Comics Misexplained. You guys know how to party. Not even kidding. It was a blast hanging out with you guys. It was fun having drinks and getting on your show and all that other stuff. It was just phenomenal. So this is a haul video. So we're going to go through, because I got so much stuff, we're going to cut through this pretty quickly. So if you have any questions, just comment down below. Thumbs ups are always nice. I'm cool with thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to. That's on you. But let me show you some of this great stuff I got, and let's see what you think about it. So we'll start off with the free stuff that I got first. And so there was a Comic Con program where they were launching this new comic book called Liberty. What's wrong with my camera? It's acting weird. Alright, pretty good stuff. A lot of things going on there. Got a lot of stuff signed, as you'll see. Next, we got Cave. This was a free comic book that was coming out. They're kind of breaking their teeth into the comic book industry. So that's pretty interesting. I haven't really read through this, but the art's okay in it. They do a lot of playing with colors, darks and reds, and things along those lines throughout the book. So that's pretty interesting. Of course, I had to get the Liberty comic book that they're promoting there. I've also had it signed by two of the artists. And this is Liberty number 0, The Brigade. And I had Rubenstein and Wade signed this for me, and that was really nice of those guys to do that for me. I'm going to look through it. I like my patriotic type stuff, so yeah, we'll give that a read. Next free comic book they got, Bloodshot's revamped itself. They got some new artwork that they're going with in this. Be a little bit more graphic, but it was Bloodshot, so that was always kind of graphic to begin with. So we'll definitely give that a read. See if maybe that becomes something I might end up pulling in the near future. And then free comic books that they gave you exclusives for being there. Of course, Faith is breaking out into her own comic book series. If you don't know the character, she's overweight and she can fly. And she's got like a super bubbly personality, almost to the point to where it's somewhat sickening. Yeah, I don't know much about the character other than that, other than reading the old Hildebringers, but that was about it. And then we also got this new comic book here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but we'll take a glance at that as well, and we'll see what we got. Didn't get any of those signed because, again, I'm not overly hyped about that stuff. The big thing for the Baltimore Comic Con was Strangers in Paradise. That was a huge concept, so they gave us a yearbook that goes with it. And basically, it's just art from Strangers in Paradise and all of that. I'm really not doing very well at this today. So, full of art in there. If you don't know anything about Strangers in Paradise, you wouldn't be the only one. I don't think I've ever read an issue of it. Somebody said I should, so, you know, I'll find one in a dollar bin someplace and read it. And we'll talk then. Let's see what else. Oh, some cool artists there, some exclusive signatures that I got. When this came out, I didn't get it. Alright, and I was able, Chad from Comic Corp told me, he was like, oh dude, it's a good book, you gotta get it. So I got it signed by the artist. We're gonna check it out. And I've started having people sign me by my YouTube name. Because let's just be honest, it's weird and it's funny when you tell people how to spell something that simple. Next one I got, and had it authenticated by Mr. Zach himself. G.I. Joe number 1. He also signed it for me to Pocan Joe. This is Michael Zach. Got that done. Deathchild signed and authenticated as well. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to kind of cover this one up a little bit. I got Zombie Tramp signed. That's like the weakest signature I think I've ever seen, but that's his signature. And of course, this is the risque variant that I got. So if a nipple slipped, I'm sorry. Next we got, what's the name of this book again? This is High Heaven. Alright, of course I had that signed too. This is their variant version of this. This is a newer comic book that's coming out. Definitely going to check that out as well. And then I got this beautiful variant right here. Nice and exclusive. What did y'all think about that? Now that is hot. And then last but not least, my favorite signature that I got the entire weekend is kind of unique. And I'm not even going to give it away, but check that variant out. And of course, this is Tomasi. It's great artwork by him. To Pocan Joe, classes in session. Ha ha ha. That's just a great variant. It's a beautiful variant. So beautiful. I was very happy to be able to get that. Some more modern stuff that I got. Just digging through boxes and seeing what I can find out there. Went ahead and picked this up based off of some speculation I have. If the Spider-Verse gets introduced in any of the movies coming out, I'm taking a shot. I'm going to say this is where you're going to see a lot of the stuff from. Maybe wrong, maybe not, but for $2 I couldn't pass it up, so why not? Harley Quinn #0, classic Joker cover. I just liked it. That's all. Next, so I got an entire stack of Scotty Young variant covers for various books. Why? One, I like Scotty Young, and I can probably got a couple of duplicates, so some things are probably going on eBay. But Superior Spider-Man 32, that's a great variant there. Play off of the original cover. My wife really liked this one. This is X-Men #1 with the Playhouse and everything. I think I'm going to give that to her. Wolverine #1. My favorite Ghost Rider #1. Storm #1. Secret Wars. That's a funny one. I like that. Indestructible Hulk. That is awesome. Captain Marvel. She's popular right now. Superior Iron Man. Also Uncanny X-Men #1. Most of these are they're all #1s really. Elektra. I like that cover there. I like the original cover too. That was kind of cool as well. Let's see here. Regular Iron Man. Boom. Storm. And then Original Sin #1. Probably my favorite one of the covers. With the big eyeballs and everything going on there. Iceman's throwing up ice, I think. So, great covers. Just great stuff going on there. I was super stoked to be able to get all this. And I got it all relatively... I like to bundle my packages. And they seemed really cool to bundle. And then I went over and of course I got myself some Silver Age goodness. Alright, we ready for this? Avengers #134. This tells the origin story of Vision. And I liked it so much when I saw that they had the complete run of them. I went ahead and picked up all 3 of them. And that's, what is that? That's 134, which I already showed you the cover for. 135, the Ultron cover, and then 136, One Avenger Dead. So that was kind of a good steal. I got all that for a great price too. The guy was super cool with me. Went ahead and picked up Fantastic Four #205. This is the first Nova Corps. So that's, and I didn't pay $6 for it. Like I talked the guy down to $4. He took it. So I was like, heck yeah. Now for some of my older comic books, if you will. Action Comics #251. Great cover there. And this is in really good condition for its age too. Staples are strong, color's still sharp, page is still white. It's got a couple of dings, stresses on the spine, but other than that, it's a pretty solid comic book. All these are actually. I mean, I don't think any of these are below a 6 at best. They're just awesome. Next, I got Action Comics number 261, and this is a special comic right here because it is the first appearance of Super Cat. Skeets, Scrams. I forget the cat's name. Anyway, it's the first appearance of that, so that's really cool. Next, I got Action Comics number 285. That's a classic picture right there. I think we can all say that. He presents Supergirl to the world. Good stuff. And then last but not least, the home run of the entire con was Batman number 186. Now, if you don't know, this is a classic Joker cover, but this is also the first issue where the Joker actually teamed up with somebody to do villainy, I guess is the best way to put it, where there's an official team up there. This is a great book, and I mean, it is just so clean. I don't think anybody's ever opened it before. It's definitely the nicer of all of them. Last but not least, a lot of the signers and stuff up there were doing veteran things, and one particular, Tucci, was supporting his local American Legion post back in his hometown by having a donation bucket out there. And we got to talking about the American Legion. I'm a member of the American Legion. You've seen my hat and stuff. And we got to talking and choking. And I was just so involved with the guy that I went ahead and made a donation. And he was cool enough to, I bought a print from him. And he gave me another one and signed them both along with a sleeve as well. So thank you for that. But this is just, first off, that is just beautiful. That's a bad glare. There we go. And he was nice enough to sign it for me. And that's just a beautiful sketch. But what really caught my eye was this one right here. That's classic World War II, airborne, jumping into combat. He's got the Thompson gun, all of his ruck, and all of his equipment on there. This dude's going to war. These are just beautiful. We're definitely going to find those at home and probably get those framed as well. So yeah, Baltimore Comic Con, all those people that we met hanging out with Comics Misexplained and Comic Corp, Chad, Drew Manchu. You've seen the videos. You can imagine there was a lot of libations involved. As a matter of fact, I'm actually replacing this video for one that we did before this one, and I ended up taking it down because it was 30 minutes long, and we were intoxicated, and it was hard to stay on point. So I think I left it up for like a few hours, and I just recently took it down. If you saw that video, sorry. I'm sorry. But we did. We went in and took that down. This is the replacement for it. So I don't have anything else. Check out Blaster and Stash It. That's 10 p.m. Sunday nights, Eastern Standard Time. That's tonight, actually. Check out Comic Corp. They got a great bunch of people there doing just great stuff. And it was great conversations with those guys. Comic Fiend Club, they got a thing going on as well. And Real Talk Comics. I liked those guys. Those guys are just pretty freaking cool. Of course, Comics Misexplained as well. Check his show out as well. Definitely bring the community together. Let's all have a good time, have drinks, argue about Batman Damned and how horrible it was that there was just a huge penis in it, and that's the only reason why it's famous. I stand by that statement. Sorry. Alright guys, stay cool, have fun, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.